Competition. The definition of competition is the activity or condition of competing to be the best in a specific sport. Competition dates all the way back to 1896 when the first Olympic Games were held in Athens, Greece. Ever since then, competition has grown enormously and expanded into many different things other than the traditional sports, such as chess boxing, cheese rolling, and tree cutting. Another untraditional sport that has blown up in the past few years is competitive gaming, also known as eSports. You might be wondering what eSports is, right? Well, eSports is a form of competition that is facilitated by electronic systems, particularly video games. Most of these games were specifically made to be played in a competitive setting, like Counter-Strike, Dota 2, League of Legends, and Call of Duty.
Counter-Strike and its newer generations, such as Counter-Strike Source, Counter-Strike 1.6, and the newest installment, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, have been the entirety of the Counter-Strike competitive scene for over 15 years. First developed in 2000, Counter-Strike is a first-person shooter where the objectives is to win 16 rounds of bomb planning and defending before the other team. It has blown up in the competitive scene in the past few years, where tournaments are broadcasted live for people to watch, usually gaining over 200,000 viewers, and depending on the arena, over 50,000 in live attendance.
The most recent event in Counter-Strike Global Offensive was the E-League Season 2 Championships, where the top teams competed for a grand prize of over $1 million.
The tournament was also broadcasted by TBS Live on television, while over 300,000 people watched online. From 2012, Counter-Strike has awarded the players and teams over $25 million in prize money, showing the amount of interest the creators Valve has had into making esports a legitimate media. Esports players devote 10 to 12 hours a day practicing their game to become the best in the world.
I played 16 hours yesterday, so I don't know. Getting burnt out really is an issue for me.
I was probably playing like 12 hours a day because that's when the biggest tournament, of course, for the $400,000 is around. So I was definitely playing like 12 hours a day. But on average, I would like competitive COD. I probably play like 6 hours to like probably 6 to 8.
First coming up in Call of Duty in high school, I would play like 6 hours a day. Really, come home from school, maybe spend a little time doing something here or there, chilling, take a nap. But then, I'll play like until I went to bed or something.
We got to sit down and interview 3 of the top Call of Duty professional players. Call of Duty is one of the most famous video game franchises. It is a first-person shooter played on the Xbox One and PS4. The last title offered over $3.5 million last year, with a $2 million grand prize pool at the annual Call of Duty Championships. Call of Duty releases a new game every year for the pro players to practice, as well as it keeps the game new, exciting, and fresh. The newest title in the franchise, Infinite Warfare, has already guaranteed a $4 million prize pool for the upcoming season.
The first person we got to interview was Sam Octane LaRue. Sam won over $50,000 in tournaments alone this year, which does not include his team salary and sponsorship money. Sam gets everything from his flights to the latest equipment all paid for by his team. Octane played for a top 5 team named Rise Nation this year and was recently signed by another top organization called Luminosity, who already has a very successful reputation with their Counter-Strike team winning $1 million tournament at the beginning of this year.
We also got to talk to Chris Replays Crowder. Chris has made over $150,000 and won last year's Call of Duty Championship. He recently retired to go to school, but is still coaching the competitive team FaZe.
The last person we talked to was Jordan Jacob Kaplan. Jordan is the most paid console esports player in the world. He is the captain of Team Envious and won over $200,000 at this year's Call of Duty Championships. In his short career, he has won over $500,000 and was featured in a Rolling Stones article this November. Just like every other regular sport, esports has high-end players that make a lot of money throughout the years. Just this past year alone, multiple players have made about $2 million in tournament winnings. On top of all of this money earned from tournaments, the players also made more money from their organizations and sponsorships.
Esports has some serious backers such as Acer, Nvidia, Zowie, The Score, Logitech, Xfinity, PaySafeCard, Mountain Dew, Doritos, Red Bull, Razer, Microsoft, and Sony. Esports is also being backed by established athletes and celebrities such as Michael Phelps, Shaquille O'Neal, Rick Fox, Wiz Khalifa, Snoop Dogg, Terry Crews, and even professional sports teams such as the Philadelphia 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Recently, he educated me on the fact that now that he's in college, they're actually giving college scholarships for video gaming.
You're kidding.
And it's even gone to the point that now the government has acknowledged professional video gamers as athletes.
League of Legends is an MMORPG, which stands for Massive Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Game, and is the most popular video game in the world. It is unlike Call of Duty and Counter-Strike because it is a third-person strategy game rather than a first-person shooter. League of Legends puts two 5-person teams against each other with the goal of destroying the other team's base, otherwise known as the Nexus. On the way to this objective, they go through multiple obstacles such as turrets, enemy soldiers, which spawn periodically, and other defenses which slow down the opposing team.
LCS is the official League of Legends professional league, which features 3 regions, North America, Europe, and South Korea, complete with a professional-style broadcast streamed online with a weekly schedule similar to the English Premier League. They sold out venues like the Madison Square Garden, the Staples Center where the LA Lakers play, and early this September the Air Canada Center, with over 14,000 people in live attendance. Since 2009, when League of Legends was first released, they have given out over $37 million in prize pool money. Also, just this past December, League of Legends hosted its big tournament of the year, Worlds, which had over 14.7 million concurrent viewers and over a $5 million prize pool. Dota 2 is one of the most popular esports as of right now, but it is known for being the highest paying esport. Dota 2 has given out a total of $95 million over the span of 673 professional tournaments since its release date in 2013. Because of this, some of the highest paying Dota 2 players have made over $2.5 million per tournament. For example, Sumail Hassan Saeed, player for Evil Geniuses, is a teenage Dota 2 prodigy from Pakistan and is now a millionaire. He is no stranger to the competitive stage, helping EG secure the first place and $1.2 million at this year's Dota Asia Championships at the age of only 15. Now he's helped them pick up another title, the winners of the International 2015 and the winners of $6.63 million. With this win under his belt, Sumail is estimated to have earned $1.6 million in his rookie year alone. Just like Sumail, most of the professional esports players are between the average ages of 15 to 30. Because of this, most of the people involved in the teams and communities build good relationships with each other. Some of the larger organizations such as Optic Gaming, FaZe, Envious, and TSM all have team houses for their esports players. These team houses are intended for their teams to practice and build chemistry, as well as to bond with each other. At the houses, teams spend an average of 6 to 12 hours a day playing, analyzing opponents' games, and coming up with new strategy of their own. Next to all of this, players also spend several hours streaming themselves playing their own game on Twitch or YouTube for thousands of fans that watch them daily. This is a good way to grow their fan base, and it is also a steady source of income for the players next to their tournament winnings. Because they move to the team house in order to practice, they are further away from their family and friends, therefore causing a negative effect on their social life.
I miss social events all the time. I mean, I usually try and go to like family events as much as I can because those are very important to me and my family. I have a very big family. We're very close. But there has been countless weekends, and even now that I don't play as much since I'm retired at the moment, I still miss social events all the time to play and stream and stuff. Probably every weekend I miss at least one thing that I could have done with my friends, but instead I stayed home and tried to work and get better as a player.
Back in high school, all the time I have to put something aside just because I was playing. Even now sometimes, I can't really do anything. I gotta practice with the team. Can't go out. Can't. And it sucks, but it's like, hey, this is my job. I gotta.
I missed this year. Missed a couple birthdays this year. It's a lot. For some reason, MLG and UMG seem to plan events around weekends that have holidays on them for some reason. So I missed a lot. Probably close to 10, I would say. I wasn't here for my dad's birthday, my mom's birthday, Father's Day. That's a lot of stuff.
With the growth of competitive gaming and esports as a whole, it has given a chance to many young casual gamers to make a profession of the hobby that they love and are passionate about. Competitive gaming is still a growing sport, and it is still in its youth, but with how fast it is rising up, it has the potential to be one of the most well-known sports in the world.